So let's talk about an experience I had today, just a few moments ago, with a haunted house. And that is my house that I live in currently. And this was a crazy experience, and I'm excited to share it. So, if you're new to the channel, I'm Megan. I'm a psychic medium, tarot reader, and I am just exploring my gifts one by one as they come through. And it's interesting because I moved into the house that I'm in right now about 6 months ago. It's a very, very old house, and there's a lot of history. And as soon as I moved in, I could tell there was some funky energy here, especially in the basement. The basement's so creepy here, and even my dog won't go down there. My dog, he is a sweetheart. He follows me everywhere, but he will not go into this basement. And I get it. Every time I have to go do laundry, I'm like, down and back up real quick. So I just kind of live with it because honestly, even though there is some weird energy in this house, I love this house for some reason. I feel very safe in this house. So it's not like a very scary energy. It's just an energy that there's a spirit around or something. So a few nights ago, I actually, once in a while when I get up in the middle of the night, I wake up a lot in the night. And I woke up and I felt like there was an energy trying to get my attention. Some sort of spirit, some sort of person, something was trying to get my attention. And I get really annoyed when that happens, when I'm in the middle of my sleep. Because I'm like, I don't want to talk to anybody, I just want to sleep. Like whether you're a real person or you're a dead person, don't interrupt a girl's sleep, okay? I get annoyed. So I just kind of ignored, and I could tell it was a male energy. I was just like, I wasn't scared of it. I was just like, no, I don't want to give you attention right now. And I honestly haven't really practiced my mediumship abilities in a while. If you guys have been following me for a minute, I did a bunch of free mediumship readings because I wanted to see if that was a skill I actually had. So I channeled a lot of your deceased loved ones, and I'm so honored I was able to do that. And you all gave me validation that my gifts are real. And it was amazing because I just couldn't believe that I was able to do something like that. It blew my mind, honestly. It still kind of blows my mind, but after I did all those readings, I was so tired and drained from it, and I knew that I couldn't really focus on that at the time. So I kind of put it to the side. And that was about a year ago. I feel like a year ago or 9 months ago when I did all those readings. So fast forward to now, and actually it's funny, I'm kind of going all over the place, but a few weeks ago there was a person that I had met who told me they had a haunted house, and I just met them, and they knew I was a tarot reader, and they said, would you be willing to come over and maybe help me and see, who this is? And I was like, I don't know, maybe, I'll have to think about it, because I'm human, and this stuff still scares me, honestly. I still get freaked out. And the more I thought about it, the more I was intrigued, and I wanted to help her. But I hadn't seen her in a while. I don't have her number. So I just figured if it's supposed to happen, it will. Right? So now I'm in this house, and we have a new roommate that just moved in. And he's only been here for 2 days. And we had a good conversation this morning, and he was explaining how this place is haunted. There's spirits here. He could feel it, and he was telling me the stuff that he felt, and I was like, yeah, I know. But it's cool. They're fine. It's not a big deal. and then it just got me thinking on it. And then, this is crazy. I love the synchronicities. Because I was doing a pick a card by Kino. Me and Kino Tarot did a collaboration pick a card based off career. And I was doing her reading again, even though I've done it before. I felt called to do it. And in the pile I picked, she said one of the careers that you might do is help with spirits living in people's houses, like haunted houses. And I was like, what? Okay. And after I heard that, I just had this heavy feeling in my chest. And I felt like it was that energy again from that boy. Or it was like a teenager kind of spirit I felt. So I thought, okay, I prayed to my guides, I asked for protection, I said, I'm going to hone in on this energy and see what I can pick up. And I picked up there was a family that lived here. I know there was a hoarder, this was a hoarder house, so I'm pretty sure it was that family. And it was a mom and a dad and a boy. And there was abuse that happened. The boy was abused, I could tell that. And the parents were just really not happy. They had been through a lot of grief in their life. I could feel grief. And I was just picking up that there was just a really unhealthy dynamic, and all of their energy was still here. especially the boy, but I could pick up the mom and the dad too. So I don't know. And at one point I thought, well, I was kind of curious, like, what happened to them in this house? Like, did they all die in this house? What happened? But then I realized that I did not want to know that because I live in this house, and I just decided if I don't need to know that for the purpose of whatever I'm doing, I don't want to know. So I kind of just blocked that, and I just focused on like their pain and what they felt and the grief and the abuse. And I kind of just talked to them, and I didn't know if I should talk out loud or in my head space, and I felt called to just talk with it. I didn't talk out loud. I talked out loud a little bit in the beginning, trying to get their attention. And then I just went inward, and it was such a powerful healing experience because I could tell that they were all stuck here. They felt very stuck, and they felt very scared. There was a lot of fear, grief, a lot of heavy energies, and I could feel it. I felt so much weight in my chest that I couldn't even breathe very well. It was so intense, and I was like, okay, this isn't mine. Like, they're trying to get my attention. They've had enough. I feel like they've been here for a while, and they've had enough, and they didn't know what to do. And so I basically just walked them through a healing experience. Basically what I do with my clients when I do tarot readings, I just was like, okay, let me feel your pain. I validated their pain. I completely validated their pain and explained to them that I understand what they're going through based off my experiences. And like, I understand and I'm sorry you had to go through that. I just sent them so much love and compassion and understanding. I explained to them the art of like forgiving themselves, and I told them that I need to forgive myself too, so let's all do it together. So we just like had this, I feel like it's so weird talking about this, but we just had this like collective self-forgiveness thing, and I explained to them that, you know, all that pain that they had gone through in their life and how they're not meant to stay in that pain, that because of that heaviness they went through, because of that trauma and everything, that now they deserve peace and harmony because of what they've had to go through. They don't deserve more of that. And it's time just to surrender and let go of that pain. Like, you don't, this isn't you. Like, underneath all of this pain and this guilt and this grief is light and love. And I showed them that. I showed them their light and love and happiness, like, within themselves. And I told them that's what I saw in them. And I showed them what I saw. And then they started to see it, and they started to understand, and they started to like release themselves from all of that pain. And I could feel it starting to lighten up. And as that pain started to go, I started to bring in love and peace and harmony and self-acceptance and, you know, joy and all of this. And I started to feel all of that energy come in. And then I could see them, like, the visuals I got were kind of like them walking into the light. It's like cheesy as that sounds. I don't know. They were walking into some beautiful afterlife, and they were happy, and they were thanking me, and they had just surrendered. And it just reminded me too, because whenever I help anybody, whether it's a spirit or a person or anything, it's always a benefit to me as well, because it's usually something that I need to hear when I'm going through. And I've been going through some dark times personally with some depression and some anxiety, and I'm really been forced to look within, especially since I gave up all my freaking vices. I don't have anything to distract me from my pain. No alcohol, barely on social media anymore. I just gave it all up. And it's been very hard. And to be able to go to analyze like my own pain and see their pain and kind of go through that process together, it was just really healing for me as well. And it was really powerful. It was really powerful. And I kind of understand now more of a role of like a medium and you know, a psychic. Or I've always known that it's very important to come from a place of compassion and love, but I think it's underestimated how much that has to be at the forefront of it. You really have to help, like, whether it's a person or a spirit, like a person that's dead, or, you know, in the afterlife, or they're trying to get to the afterlife. Everybody needs that compassion and validation to help them heal, to help them get to a place of peace and harmony. And I just really enjoyed the experience. I mean, don't get me wrong, at first I was a little scared because I was like, I feel their pain, it's freaking heavy, and on top of it, I don't have any validation that what I'm experiencing is real, because at least when I channeled for all of you guys, and I channeled your past loved ones, I didn't know anything about them, right? And you validated for me that, yes, you were right. There's no way you could have known that. Like, everything, like, all my readings were about, like, 90 to 100% accurate. And I got the validation from you guys. And this experience was different because I was like, I don't have any validation. But I felt like at the same time I didn't really need it. Like, I felt it. I felt the emotions and the experience, and I felt everything, and I know how powerful I am now, and I understand my gifts more now. It's taken a long time, and I'm still unraveling everything that I'm able to do, but I didn't feel like I needed the validation. I knew what happened, and I knew, I know. I know. Gosh, I'm like worn out from that. It was intense. Like, after I stood up from that experience, I was like dizzy. I was like, wow. I felt I felt lighter but heavier. Like drained. I don't want to say heavy. I felt drained, but I felt lighter. Like, my energy felt lighter. It's also interesting too because as I was trying to channel and like pick up, and what I do when I try to channel my mediumship abilities, when I'm trying to pick up on like a spirit, I have to go into like a state of meditation. So I have to clear my mind. So I just have to focus on my breath and take deep breaths and just try to clear my mind, which is also very tricky to do. But I was also picking up that there were more than one spirit that lived here. Like, there might be some other spirits. So if anything else happens, I will let you guys know. And you know what else I was wondering? Because when I did those mediumship, when I channeled for you guys, I say you guys, well, some of you, there's about 40 of you. When I did those readings for you and I channeled your past loved ones, which was such an incredible and beautiful and healing experience, it always seemed to drain my energy. So I don't know if I'm ready for this, but I wonder, when I channeled for you guys, I did it long distance. It was all virtual, right? We weren't in person. You sent me the name, you sent me the relationship you had to them, and then I would send you a recording, and I would channel on my own time, and you guys some of you would be on the other side of the world, and I was able to do it. So I wonder if I can pick up on people's spirits in their house virtually. I don't know. But I want to make sure that I have the energy to do this. I want to make sure it's not going to completely drain me. Maybe I should be focusing on my own house right now until I see if this is going to be something I add onto my services or pursue as a career path. I don't know, but haunted houses and that kind of thing has always intrigued me, but it's always terrified me. Like, I'm not the kind of girl who loves scary movies. I've just started to be able to watch them again, and the thought of going into people's haunted houses and clearing out energy kind of terrifies me, but also really excites me. And I think the reason I'm able to do it more now is because of the connection I formed with my spirit team, my spirit guides that are around me. I feel very, very protected. And I have a much closer relationship with them, and I know that I have like this strong team that's got my back. And it's going to help me, and I don't feel like anything bad's going to come to me. If I do decide to pursue this career, like, I'm not going to get possessed or like, I don't know, whatever could happen or hurt or anything like that. I feel very strongly protected and excited now, more so. A little scared still because, I'm human, but excited. So we'll see. So please comment down below if you've had any experiences with haunted houses or anything, or any cool videos you've seen other people make about this. It's very interesting to me. There's this one show on, I think it's on Hulu, and it's called Ghost Stories. Very interesting if you're into this kind of thing. It's celebrities, and it's real. At least I think it's real. They film it like it's real. They interview them, and they talk about a paranormal experience they've had, whether it was when they were a kid or an adult or it was a haunted house or whatever. These famous people talk about their experience, and then they have like reenactment actors, that kind of portray what happened to them. And it's so fascinating. It also kind of scares me, but now I kind of want to watch it again. I've never finished it, but I think there's a few seasons. But anyways, if you're interested in hearing more ghost stories, check it out. And yeah, comment down below. Let me know what you think of this, if you want more content like this. And just sending love to you guys. Bye.